Select, don't come around to me, better be on correct.
What's up, brother? Saturday, 2 weeks before the fight. This is a pre-training goal. Gotta get my breakfast in and cutting weight. It's gonna be a smooth cut.
How many days out?
Exactly, today's the 5th, so 18 days out from the fight, a little bit over 2 weeks, 17 days from the weigh-in. So, time to get shredded. Grab the egg, boy. So as of right now, I'm still having my eggs, 4 eggs. So closer to the fight, we'll reduce that down, probably like 3 eggs, and get my veggies in and start reducing carbs. And that was a party fail. I get nervous sometimes when I'm with Fighters Delight. Let that cook low and slow, and hopefully this egg represents my opponent getting cracked. So this is, I think, episode 1, but our 3rd or 4th, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think a third.
3rd. And another highlight reel coming. I'm predicting first round finish towards the end of the first round, submission. I had the guys at the gym joke around and say, hey man, you got a nasty guillotine. Why haven't you done it in a fight? So I'm going for a ghillie this time. I'm not going to jump the ghillie, but I'm definitely going to go for a ghillie. Definitely looking forward to going 5-0, and I'm excited because this one's going to be here in South Florida. It's going to be at Boca Raton, Kill Cliff. It's going to be close to home, even though it's a private event. Still, you know, I'm going to have the luxury of being able to cut here and not have to fly out. You know, my opponent's flying out, so that does make a difference, especially in the fight game, you know. We're not getting the luxury of the UFC yet, where you fly out like, you know, a week before or whatever the case. So he's flying out, and I'm gonna take advantage of that and, you know, do what I train hard for. Get that finish in the first round and one step closer to the contender, UFC. I'm excited. Got some pickled onions. My old girl, my mom loves making these for me, and gotta take advantage, you know. Every time she makes them, these things are made with a lot of love, and they're delicious. So we got some sourdough straight from Domocelo. It's a little spot in like Little Haiti, city of Miami, and they do like super clean ingredients. And I saw them on Instagram, and I'm like, damn, these people got some good stuff. So I've been on the sourdough trend. I haven't started baking. My sister actually started baking. I'm not one of those people that starts doing all that stuff, but maybe one day, once I retire in like 30 years, start baking. We'll see.
So typically every fight camp has like a theme, right?
Yeah.
So like it's been like clip or take off, you know, the googly boogly, that thing is juicy. What would you say the catchphrase for this fight camp is, or the theme for this fight camp would be?
I haven't got an expression yet, but probably in the next 2 weeks we'll have something squared away, and just business, you know, always business and having a good time, enjoying the process, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot. I know that the catchphrase is gonna be good, and the finish is gonna be even better. Sunny side eggs. I know it looks like a big meal, but everything's pretty much measured out. I got my protein, got my carbs, got my fats, and slowly as the fight gets closer, we'll start reducing some of these carbs. And yeah, I don't like reducing carbs because they're delicious, but it's important, you know, nutrition and the sacrifices we make to get to where we need to be and make weight. But that hamburger that I'm gonna have after this fight, I'm already like visualize. I start watching videos on Instagram. I'm just like, fuck. Burger, pizza. I'm like, okay, so every pound that I gotta lose, this guy's gonna have to feel. So can't wait. Can't wait to just eat and blow up again. And you know, we walk around at a much heavier weight, even though we're not supposed to. It's part of the journey. You know, I wish I could be shredded all the time. But my body doesn't allow me to, you know. Maybe from the donuts from work. But I'm going to enjoy the process. Enjoy the healthy food. This breakfast was delicious. I would have preferred some pancakes and some waffles. But it'll do the job. It'll get me through my training session. I got about a 6-mile run, 6 rounds of sparring, and some sprints. That'll be my morning session, and then I gotta break another sweat tonight. We're doing 2 a days to make sure we make weight and be professional. Gotta make sure I clean these dishes, because if not, my mom will kick my ass. She's undefeated. Literally. I'm just kidding. My mom will never hit me. Don't call DCF on me, please. Yeah, man. Breakfast is done, and it's time to go get a workout in. I'm a bubble. So, you know, everybody talks about tribulations and all that stuff. Well, that is Saints. The Saints, Corbin Saints, I believe. One of the jiu-jitsu guys from here locally. I was supposed to fight in January, and training at the gym, going for a takedown, and my shoulder, you know, just gave out. Crazy. So I had a large pop, I had like bruising all over my chest and everything, and I was like, damn, this happened before, maybe it's just like a strain or something. I kept having pain, and I'm like, damn, let me go get this checked out, because, you know, be a man, right? So I go get it checked out, and had an injury, so I had to do some physical therapy. Wasn't able to fight January. You know, I kept training, kept running, getting my cardio in, started lifting, and you know, this is my fight coming back from the injury, and I feel great. I look great. I think I'm probably gonna be more shredded this fight than the last one. My cardio's through the roof, and I'm just ready to get my hand raised and one step closer. You know, 5-0. Sooner or later, the UFC is going to have to call me. Dana, I'm ready. But it's part of the fighter's life, you know. You're going to have injuries. It's like Manolo says, if you don't want to get injured or get hurt, you know, stop training, and I'm not going to stop training. So that's the only time you don't get hurt. And ready to get the sparring in. Hopefully no injuries now to the fight. Thank God, you know, I'll knock on wood when I get to see some wood. Towards the end of the camp, you know, this is where I fine-tune everything just to make that weight, and everybody's picked specifically for sparring who I'm going to go with. So hopefully they don't spaz out and go crazy, but keep my face intact, no cuts, no bruises, and counting down the hours and days to get locked in that cage.
Who have been like your main sparring partners, training partners for this fight camp?
So Marcus Loretta, I've been with him since I think his 9th pro fight, and he's already almost at like his 20th or 30th, something like that. He's been my main training partner. We've had some of the Cuban guys, and I've had Steegers helping me out. Yesterday I had Fighters Delight himself help me out, break a little of a sweat. It's usually been the same training partners, and I also have the people from the Hive. So that's when I'm able to work and get some training in. It's a bunch of cops that come from different agencies, firefighters, we have first responders, and get to train with them, and they've been a huge help too. You know, shredding weight and getting technique down, and it's getting different looks. So still at Freedom Fighters and the Hive.
What do you feel like you've done differently this camp than you did the previous ones to improve your game?
I would say I put more of an emphasis on technique when I'm actually, you know, say we're grappling. Emphasized what this guy could possibly do. You know, I know he's a striker and he has a little bit of grappling, so I've seen some of his videos. I really don't like going too deep into like his fights. I haven't seen his pro fights, but you know, I visualize what I'm gonna do to this guy. You know, I'm gonna try to suffocate him, and he's probably gonna shoot first shot. I'm gonna sprawl on him, and then I'm gonna take his neck home with me. That's literally, I'm already seeing the ghillie coming out, because there's no way, you know, I know my wrestling, what standard and pedigree I hold, and the people I train with. There's no way this guy should be in the same caliber of wrestling and grappling as me. I respect him, but this is where you got to be a little bit confident in your skill set. And I know my skill set, and with the time and effort that I put in the sacrifice, that this should be another first round finish with everything I'm doing. My opponent, I think 8-2 as an amateur. He's never been finished. He's 2-0 as a pro. I know he has a lot of submission wins. So for me, it's like another check mark. This guy's never been finished. He's only lost by decision. I want to finish this guy. I want to get in his head and be like, bro, I'm going to break you. I want him to go back to when he flies back to Argentina and say, damn, this guy was a maniac. And that's what I look for. I literally want to finish the other opponent and give people what they want. Nobody, you know, wants to see a boring fight. I'm going out for a finish. You know, I called the ghillie, but if I have to do a head kick again, I'll do the head kick. If I got to knock him out with my hands, I'll knock him out with my hands. So I expect fireworks from the moment the bell rings. I see the guy's a little bit of, you know, he looks like he likes to go aggressive. So 2 aggressive guys going at it, and definitely going to be fun. So I'm planning myself out right now that everything goes as planned. I am going to get this win. I'll be 5-0. I might need one more fight, and then I could do the contender in August or September. So I already talked to my manager, John Song, First Round Management. You know, we're planning on getting this one and maybe one more. And hopefully for August, September, I'll be fighting in the contender. I'm just trying to get, you know, all my P's and Q's in line. And this is it. This is the time. You know, I've been prolonging stuff because of work, and I got to put my fighting career first. And I'm excited to show everybody what I'm willing to do to get there. Yeah, Dana. I know you had Forrest Griffin, and I've said it before. That's my idol. I'm coming to take Forrest Griffin's reputation. You need a Miami boy out there, you know? I'm ready to put some highlights, bring some people to the seats, and definitely put on a show.
Right now, when I've got it popped and pulled back, I want you to try and pull. Okay?
The brothers in Christ reunited.
Yes, sir.
Brothers in Christ.
It has been a while.
Been a while, baby. Welcome home, baby. Equipping my beautiful girlfriend with some deadly, lethal, life career-ending combinations.
Mostly excited to see my brother get a highlight reel, you know, first, and use that energy leading up to mine, you know. All we do is secure those W's. We've been doing it for a while together, about 8 years already, I think. And we've been together for 8 years. Don't tell anybody. That's my brother in Christ.
No zest.
No zest. Zeus Network. We're both qualified, like Aaron the plumber. You know that you're asking the saying that we might use for this one. You trying to get jiggy? That might be that. Hey, we might use instead of follow me Houston, we might say time to get jiggy. Run that fade. Yeah.
I love how Tosh is always rocking a fresh, like, soccer jersey. It's football, right? Football. So Luis is a unit, right? This guy who accepted the fight, thank you to him, you know, respect to him. Just didn't get mauled. This guy's a unit, bro. He's like, he could strike. He's got the sneakiest, some of the sneakiest kicks in the game, so we call him Goldman. And he's a fucking nightmare with the grappling. Like, he's like a mat return machine. He chain wrestles. He's got tremendous cardio too. He's like we're making the joke. He's like Sean Brady, the guy who just choked out Leon Edwards. So many similarities in the fighting style and the build. You know, it's just like a brawl 'em, maul 'em style. But what he has that Sean Brady doesn't, he's got the kicks. You know. He's an animal, bro. I love him. On top of being an animal, he's, you know, like a great training partner who understands how to train. You know, which could be a real big pain in the ass when you're dealing with somebody who's like, their ego is super big, so like they have to win every second of every round. He's not like that. Like, me and him have really good chemistry as far as, you know, what matters when it matters. And yeah, we've just been training with each other for so long that, like, you know, I learn from him, he learns from me, and it's one of those productive relationships.
What have you noticed that he's doing differently this time around as opposed to the previous ones to get better?
So he's upped the intensity, I'd say, in all aspects. No, as we all have. You know, we get older, we get more mature. You realize what's important and what's not as important. You know, what more to focus on, what more to put the gas on, what more to put the brakes on. Right? So of course, in all those aspects, yeah. And just, you know, the fact that he's always in the gym, whether he has a fight or not. He's not one of those guys that, you know, shows up when he has a fight. He's here every day, Monday through Sunday, really, which is actually quite remarkable. And he's gonna give himself a rest day. And also, fuck, how could I fail to recognize the guy works a full-time job as a police officer between training sessions. So he don't get time, for real. You know? So it's remarkable, really. You know? And then one thing I will say outside of fighting is, you know, and it goes to show how much of a good person he is he saved two people's life working as a police officer. So people don't know that. One guy who was in a shootout, I think in Miami Gardens, the guy was hit and Lewis put tourniquets, which people don't know what that is. It's to stop the bleeding. And Lewis told me this, but he didn't say it bragging. He told it to me like in confidence. And I heard him talking on the phone, and they were talking about him giving him an award. So like, these are things people don't even know about that he doesn't tell people. So that's one guy's life that he saved. And then just the other day in this camp, Like before he got here to the gym, he was driving. I don't even think he was in his car. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, in a police car. And he came across an accident, but because he's an off-duty officer, he intervened. And he like broke this lady out of her car. She was tipped over. So, and the lady was like, he showed me the video. Like the lady was like crying, like thankful, like you saved my life. So he's a hero, you know. Not only just a great fighter, he's a hero. And he's a great person, a family man, and just, you know, all-around guy, bro. He's my boy. I love him.
Brad Pitt is jiu-jitsu, right?
Brad Pitt is jiu-jitsu.
Brad Pitt is jiu-jitsu.
Just better looking.
Right.
Way better.
Right. So talk a little bit about Luis man and this fight he's got. Brad Pitt.
Well, I've known Luis since he was 10 years old. He started training grappling. From there he went to wrestling and, you know, kicked ass a little bit and a lot all along the way. Decided to start MMA, but at the same token, continue his career following his father's footsteps in law enforcement. In law enforcement, he's continued to progress, being in the more the higher echelon in the sense of the special response teams and all of that. Already been tested and proven, not just in the cage, but in the streets with very difficult situations. He has the fastest knockout in MMA history. It hasn't come out in the Guinness Book of World Record. That takes a couple of years to put forth. And he's my brown belt, hell of a human being. Difficult when he's cutting weight, but always makes it happen. Disciplined till there's no tomorrow, and the proof is in the pudding. His record says it all, and now he's renowned in society, in our gym, and amongst his friends and peers, loved and respected.
today, what does that mean to have people who are close to you really I wish you could see the awesome we have. A lot of people have shut off their first responders and he is so in the house.
Yo veía el juego, te decía, métele los pollos.
Told you.
Por el coach, lo que estábamos esperando, eso era terminar en el primer round y eso es el camino para llegar a la grande. Ahora tiene que estar mucho más comprometido con esto, tiene que estar más fuerte que nunca a partir de ahora, porque si va a ir a la grande, va a encontrarse con grande. Así que eso es lo que tenemos para la próxima.
Don't come on me.